journalist and to continue the geographical theme, I guess. I've been spending a fair amount of time in New Orleans the last year or so, which I hadn't done. I've been to New Orleans once since the storm, and that was about a year and a half after, with a bunch of other people trying to do what we could, we thought, and it was pretty devastating. It made you feel impotent, to say the least, because the city was half the size that it had been the last time I saw it, and I didn't see any way that it could possibly ever come back. I was wrong, and it's thank God, because I go back now because I'm involved in a television show called Treme, and Treme is the name of a neighborhood in New Orleans, Treme, just like it sounds if you're French. It's and it is the musical heart of New Orleans, just like New Orleans is the musical heart of America. And the survival of New Orleans is absolutely essential to our survival, at least if we're going to continue to contribute anything to the culture of the world at all. My character in Treme is like a Royal Street guy. If you've ever been to New Orleans, there was a point years ago where there were traditional musicians playing jazz, the music that people traditionally associate with New Orleans. And there's actually a lot of different kinds of music that are associated with New Orleans and indigenous to New Orleans. And there's these guys started showing up in the 60s and 70s, mostly hippies, people like me, turned up and they knew a bunch of songs and they tried to play on the street in New Orleans, and a little friction developed between the traditional players and these non-traditional buskers. And finally, after, a little bit of a tussle here and there over the years, it was finally decided the non-traditional players had Royal Street. Stay the fuck out of Jackson Square, you got Royal Street. And so my guy's a Royal Street guy. And the night before, we were shooting a scene in the quarter one night, and David Simon won a MacArthur Genius Award the other day. I can't believe that's like, and he deserves it. David Simon created The Wire and co-created The Wire and co-created Treme. But David came out and he asked me to write a song that my character would have written in '05, because that's what we were doing. We were reliving the first year after the storm. And my life's been filled with second chances, and this was a huge one. I got to do something I should have done 5 years ago. So these days, when people give me homework, I actually do it. So it's like... This city will never drown. Blood and water and hell to pay. Sky till open and pain rain down. Doesn't matter to come what may. I ain't ever gonna leave this town. This city won't wash away. This city will never drown. The river or the wind to blame. Everybody around here knows. Nothing holding back Pontchartrain, except for a prayer and a promise that goes. We just carry on digging our graves and silent marble above the ground. Maybe our bones will wash away, but this city will never drown. just as long as the heart beats strong. Like a second line stepping high, raising hell as we roll along. Gentilly to the blue parade, lower 9 Central City uptown, singing Giacomo Pinale.